The Ministry of Health has indeed confirmed our red alert. The government's independent tests on meat samples collected from some supermarkets within Nairobi found that they do contain unacceptable levels of sulfites. The Health Cabinet Secretary, as you heard earlier, Cicely Kariuki, says that the ministry will come down hard on retailers who have fallen foul of health restrictions against the use of toxic chemicals to preserve meat and other food substances. Our investigative editor Dennis Okari, who is the one that pulled back the curtain over this web of deception, now digs in, and this comes just hours after some meat sections at various retailers were shut down.
NTV Investigates lifted the veil over how supermarkets use chemicals on fresh meat to unsuspecting customers, bringing with it health complications. We independently tested 3 samples and they turned positive. The Ministry of Health today, after independently testing samples collected from a number of supermarkets, backed up our verdict.
Following my direction and instructions to the Office of the Director General this Monday, samples have been collected from across retail outlets. To date, the results indicate that 15% of the samples have fallen short of the expectations, therefore confirming some residues of sulfites in the products that are being sold. Following this, with the famed red alert report, I have further instructed this morning that the facilities whose products are questionable and fall within this 15% be closed forthwith and legal action be taken. Further, I have directed again through the office of the DG that Monday the coming week, both the public officers responsible be convened together to propose to my office necessary interventions that will be sustained and that will be long-term and that will ensure that such occurrences are curtailed before.
Tuskegee Kenyatta Avenue branch was today forced to close down its meat section after the Nairobi Health Department took meat samples that indicated the meat they were selling had excess preservatives, duping unsuspecting buyers into thinking it was fresh meat.
We have realized, as per the tests that has just been released by the National Laboratory, is that there are more than 1,000%. For example, the one behind me here has shown 63,000 milligrams per kilogram.
Machakos County Governor, in a statement, also said he had received laboratory tests on meat samples in his county, and the report shows that meat sold at the Naivas supermarket at Gateway Mall in Mavoko, Machakos, had excess levels of sodium metabisulfite. He directed that all meat sections of all Naivas stores in the county be closed immediately. The Nairobi County has closed the meat sections of 6 supermarkets and has constituted a task force to sample the meat sections of 40 others. Key officials from 6 supermarkets will be arraigned in court to face charges of endangering human life. The Office of the Director Public Health, in a statement, confirmed the presence of sodium metabisulfite in meat after analysis from these supermarkets. Tusker Mattress Limited in Buruburu had 44.5 milligrams per kilo in the samples collected. Tusker Mattress Limited Makadara had 512. The Point Naivas Limited in Buruburu had 15,604. Tuskegee Kenyatta Avenue had extreme amounts of 63,326 milligrams per kilo of the preservative. Muthaiga Fine Meat Limited had 8,783, and meat samples from Naivas Gateway Mall had 3,386 milligrams per kilo of the sodium metabisulfite.
I want to take this opportunity again to speak to you, the retailer. I want to speak to you and remind you that indeed the law of the land is going to take its course, and we are coming after you. Right now, we are coming after you.
Naivas this evening released a statement saying it has suspended the sale of red meat across all its stores countrywide, pending the results of independent testing of its meat and assessment of its supply base. The Ministry of Health and Nairobi County Public Health Department, albeit belatedly, says it will seize all raw meats from the affected outlets. They plan to close all the affected outlets and destroy all meat products seized and prosecute outlets in line with the Food, Drugs and Chemical Substance Act, CAP 254. Dennis Okari, NTV.